Hi, Pam here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're wondering where I am today, I am in a new build studio that's in the back of my house that hopefully will turn into a wonderful little private space just to be able to be here and present new things to you. Today we're just going to do a quick 25-minute power sequence for a busy day. So if this is a busy day for you, let's get it going. Let's get started in a downward facing dog. Let the hands come to the top of the mat and make sure that they're shoulder width apart. So when you start piking the tailbone up, you make sure that your feet are hips distance. Because we're beginning in a strong posture, go ahead and walk it out by bending one knee and then the other. Finding a little bit of more length through the tailbone, spreading the armpits back into the outer edges of the heels, and then letting the tailbone, again, lift when you let the triceps extend because of that. And if you feel that the hamstrings are a little bit too tight, just go ahead and bend the knees a little bit. Give yourself the space to acknowledge where you are. To begin, take a deep breath in through the nose. Maybe when you empty out, you start dropping the heels down. Connect to the breath with the next inhale. Empty out, moving the shoulder blades away. And breathe in again, find more expansion through the lungs. Let it go. Take an inhale, hinge forward into a high plank with your shoulders over the wrist. With the exhale, drop the heels to the right for like a hip dipping. Stay here for a breath in while you find extension from armpit to hip. And use the exhale to bend the knees right here, kind of shooting the glutes to the back of the heels, finding an even greater extension through the left side. Inhale, center, high plank. With the exhale, drop the heels to the left. Now you're hip dipping on the left side, finding extension from hip to armpit. Breath in. Bend the knees from right here, finding a little bit of more extension through the right side. And now feeling how when you press the belly up and in, you get maybe more elongation through the side body. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Now acknowledge your left hand. Take an inhale, spider lift the left palm away from the ground. Use the exhale to thread it under to either hold the back of the right thigh, calf, or ankle when you twist. Open up through the chest. Grab the body part. Let the head drop. Ideally, you leave the right hand exactly where it was. You don't walk in any closer. So if you're still looking where to reach, just keep extending. Take a deep breath in. Let the left hand drop exactly where it came from. Take an inhale. Spider lift the right palm away from the ground. You can come into the finger pads. And use the exhale to thread the arm underneath the body to either grab the back of the left thigh, calf, or ankle. Threading the chest, pressing the hip bones back and up. And letting the head drop just so you find a little bit of more extension now. Take a deep breath in. Let the right hand drop next to the left. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a deep breath in, right leg lifts. Make sure that it just follows that same line from where the foot was, and you feel a really good extension from the left hamstring. Breath in. Exhale, bring the knee into the nose, tap it once. You can pick up the left heel if you like, or drop it down for a challenge. Inhale, lift the right leg again. Exhale, knee to nose, just so you can cross the right ankle over the left thigh for a figure four downward facing dog. Now listen for the change. Take an inhale, hinge forward, high plank. With the exhale, drop the left heel to the left edge of the mat, just like you did in that full high plank. Breath in. And then bend the left knee. And notice how you can open up a little bit more through the inner right hip. Inhale, high plank with that little figure four position that you had. Exhale, release the right foot next to the left, downward facing dog, pike it up, good. Find extension from palms to arches of the feet. Take an inhale, left leg lifts. Make sure that, again, you follow that line from where the foot lifted and you get a really good hamstring stretch on the right side. Breath in. Exhale, knee to nose. Good, inhale, lift. Knee to nose so you can cross the ankle over the right thigh for a figure four down dog and feel the stretch already from the inner left hip. Breath in. Pick up the right heel. Exhale, drop it, pivot it to the right edge of the mat. Stay here for a breath in. Exhale, bend the right knee, shoot the buttocks back, and then feel the extension through the side body and hip opening because of the resistance. Inhale, high plank with a figure four so you get challenged to the abdomen. Exhale, drop the left foot to meet the right. Find a downward facing dog. Keep spreading through the armpits. Take a deep breath in right here. Empty out. Take an inhale, hinge forward. Find a high plank. With the exhale, roll it back like a wave. Tailbone lifts, expanding the belly into the thighs. 2 more. Inhale, hinge forward, round the spine. Exhale, roll it back. Inhale 1 more time. Roll it forward. Downward facing dog, expanding the belly back, noticing the motion of the whole spine. Take an inhale, high plank 1 more time. Drop the knees, find a tabletop, so make sure that your hips are over the knees and the shoulders are over the wrist. Now listen for the change. Take an inhale, bend the knees so the heels come in towards the glutes. Stay here for a good exhale so you can just press the hands farther down into the ground. Take an inhale, cow belly right here, tailbone to the back of the head as you expand the belly down. Now listen with the exhale, drop the toes, pick up the knees 2 inches, round the spine like a cat, bring it in. Knees down, heels to glute. Find the cow belly. Exhale, toes down, lift, knees, cat back. Good, 1 more. Knees down, heels to glutes, cow belly. Exhale, toes down, round the spine because the obliques are pressing you in. Just hover the knees 2 inches. That's the whole power of the core. Then inhale, neutral tabletop, tops of the feet lift. Stay here with the exhale, shoot back maybe for a second in a child's pose to find extension of the armpits. We're not going to stay here too long. We got to keep it moving. Take an inhale, come forward into your tabletop. Curl the toes, lift the knees for the high plank, and then pike it up into your downward facing dog. Good. Stay here. Make sure that you follow how the breath seems to connect the postures in order to learn a little bit more from them and also from what's going on within you. Take another inhale. Empty out. And breathe in to look at the top of the mat and use the exhale to step or walk it to the front. Find your fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise with the inhale and stand up. Reach the arms over the head. Find an upward salute by sending the belly forward and use the exhale to fold, lifting the tailbone, dropping the hands down. Inhale, halfway, shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, step the feet back. High plank, you take a vinyasa. You choose if you need to drop the knees or not when you go down, elbows back and in. Slide forward for either your cobra if the thighs are down, upward facing if they're hovered. Curl the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog, keep pressing through the palms. Take an inhale, look to the top. Exhale, step or walk it to the front. Find your fold. You can already start floating if that's something that you normally do. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Then rise for 1 more traditional sane. Reaching the arms over the head, Surya Namaskar. Exhale, forward fold. Tailbone lifts up when you go down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Expand belly to thighs. Inhale, step it back lightly. High plank. Vinyasa, chaturanga. Elbows go in. You slide forward, chest in between the hands. Exhale, the obliques press in to lift you into your downward facing dog. All right, take a deep breath in. Breath out. Take a look at the top of the mat with the inhale. You can use the exhale to step or walk it. If you float, you lightly land to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Big toes and thighs touch. Inhale, chair. Utkatasana, you rise. And you find the belly to kind of zip up to the heart. Breath in. Exhale, fold. Take it down. Tailbone lifts. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold, hands press, step it back with a breath in, high plank. Exhale, elbows back and in for your high to low, chaturanga. Always focus on how the breath is helping you find the best possible foundation, depending on where your body is and how it's feeling. Take an inhale, right leg lifts for a 1-legged dog. Make sure that you're rolling the right thigh in. Exhale, knee to nose, just 1 tap. Inhale, pick it back up. Knee to nose so you can step it through and lower the back knee into the ground. Inhale, reach your arms over the head. It's getting a little bit warmer already. With the exhale, lower the hands down, frame your front foot. Listen carefully. Top of the left foot touches the ground. Use the inhale to pick up the knee away from the ground and feel the quad warm up. Good. And then lower the knee down. Take an inhale, half splits. Lengthen the right leg. You can fold, and remember that when you're looking into getting a deeper stretch in the hamstring, you want to keep your hips in line with the back of the knee. Take an inhale to walk the hands to frame your front foot. Curl the back toes with the exhale. Step the right foot back lightly to meet the left. High plank, vinyasa. Make sure that you're completing every breath. Take an inhale, look to the top of the mat. Use the exhale to step, walk, or maybe you lightly float it to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Then you fold. Then you rise, chair with the inhale. This time, exhale, bring the hands through heart center. Twist to the right first, hooking the left elbow outside of the right thigh. When you do so, make sure that the left knee stays hidden behind the right, so you're twisting through the abdomen. Take an inhale, come through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Same principle. You're using the center line of the body to twist instead of the hips, so the right knee always meets the left in this case. Inhale, regular chair. Reach the arms over the head. Exhale, fold, hands down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step both feet to the back of the mat. High plank, vinyasa. Good. Then from here, take an inhale, lift the left leg and make sure that is still rolling in. Exhale, knee to nose, only one tap. Inhale, pick it back up. Exhale, knee to nose, so you can step it forward lightly. Good. Drop the back knee, and then find stability to really lift through the hip line. Reach the arms up, breath in. Exhale, lower the hands down. Again, dorsal part of the right foot is touching. Take an inhale to lift the back of the knee. Feel the quad and the hammocking of the bone towards the muscle. Breath in. Exhale, lower the knee down. Inhale, straighten your left leg for your half splits. And then notice how the energy is bringing me forward to add a little bit of more length for the left hamstring. Take an inhale, walk the hands to frame the front foot. Curl the back toes with the exhale. Step the left foot back to meet the right. High plank, vinyasa, which is your high to low. You add the back bend of your choice. And you find your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Light exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts. Use the exhale to bend the knee and open the hip like a scorpion tail on the right side. Just make sure that the right armpit is always in line with the left. Take a deep breath in. One knee to nose tap. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, knee to nose tap. Then step it through once you get it super close to the face. Keep the back knee lifted. Now inhale. Reach the arms over the head. And once you're getting here, can you find a higher lift through the left hip bone? Good, breath in. Lower the back knee now for a moment for the dorsal part to touch. Your hands are still up. Inhale, pick up the back knee, pressing through the top of the foot. Breath in, stay there. Exhale, left hand down, right arm lifts like a twist. And then make sure that the right thigh is still very much pressing to the heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower the right hand down for support. Now listen carefully. Look to the front with the inhale. Slide the left knee behind the right ankle with the exhale. That's your abdomen helping you bring it there. Now stand up in this funky little narrow lunge. Good, reach the arms over the head. It's going to be pretty unstable for a moment, but you're looking for the center line. Bring the hands through heart center with the exhale. Take a deep breath in. Can you look for the left elbow to hook outside of the right thigh? Take your time to find stability because that is also power. Take an inhale, reach the arms back up. Use the exhale to lower the hands down. Take an inhale. Bring the left leg exactly back where it came from. You can curl the toes to lower the back knee. Walk your right foot to the left side to find a pigeon. Your one-legged king pigeon, traditionally translated. Take a deep breath in. If you want to add a fold for more sensation, you're more than welcome to. What you're looking for is a good external rotation of the inner right thigh. So when you go down, you get a little bit more of a deeper stretch. And there's only 25 minutes, so we truly, truly, truly want to get also into the muscle to make sure that we are being supportive of everything else that you are adding on right now. Take a deep breath in. Empty out. It's really humid in Houston, y'all. Take an inhale. Walk the hands back into the right shin. Curl the back toes with the exhale. Step the right foot back to meet the left. High plank. Vinyasa. Good. Take an inhale, left leg lifts. Remember about the lines. It's important to follow the lines to connect energy. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. Make resistance by pressing the left armpit back and down. Take another inhale. One knee to nose tap. Bring it in, round the spine because the core is rounding it. Inhale, open the scorpion tail. Knee to nose. So when you bring it into the face and you step it through, keep the back knee lifted. Reach the arms over the head. And once you're getting there, you're finding the rolling of the right thigh to lift the arms higher. Breath in. Lower the back knee down, top of the foot presses. Inhale, pick up the back knee. Feel the hammocking of the muscle or the bone over the muscle. With the exhale, lower the right hand down, twist it, and then open the left arm. And you're kind of telescoping the abdomen a little bit more towards the roof. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, lower the left hand down for a moment. Keep the back knee still lifted. Breath in. Then slide the right knee behind the left ankle. Good. Once you get there, this is where you stand up in this very narrow lunge. Good. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, hands through heart center. Take a deep breath in. Ease an effort. Twist the right elbow, hooks outside of the left thigh. Notice how the balance, yes, becomes challenged, but also how the mind is helping you stabilize everything else. Take an inhale, reach the arms. Woo. With the exhale, drop the hands down. Good. Take an inhale and step the right foot back. Good. Drop the knee so you can walk the left foot towards the right wrist, but not to the right wrist, doesn't have to. And then extend the right leg. And what do I mean by that is that, sides are asymmetric. So while you're looking for a really good external rotation of the inner right thigh, you don't want to force the flexion of the knee when you're doing the hip opener, in this case on the left side. But one thing that can really help you get a really good stretch is your right thigh. So press strongly through the muscle again of the quad in order to roll it into the center and potentially get a little bit more of a stretch on the outside part of your left leg. Good. Take a deep breath in. Empty out. Good. Woo. Yeah. Take an inhale, walk the hands back into the left shin, curl the back toes. With the exhale, step the left foot back to meet the right, high plank, and this is when you empty out to potentially take your vinyasa. Good. Take a deep breath in. Breath out. Just some standing balances. Take an inhale. Walk the hands to the back of the mat. All the way. Take a little ragdoll. Notice your feet are hips distance. Good. And then start taking a deep breath in to rise. Try to keep the spine long, then reaching the arms over the head. Breath in. Exhale, hands on hips. Take a deep breath in. Bring the right knee in front of the hip bone. Good. With the exhale, extend it. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, your peace fingers, which is your index and middle finger, will go to the big toe. But while you're getting there, let the shoulder buckle back into its chest line. And also the leg kind of pull back into the hip groin. If you need to bend the knee, you can always bend it a little bit. Take an inhale. Open the right leg laterally to the side. But make sure that when you're doing that, you're still sending the right hip onto the front. Then you choose if you want to extend the leg to the side as well. You can look towards the opposite side, which is the left side. And then keep pressing the hip bones towards the front of the room to create resistance, get a deeper stretch. Take an inhale, bring the right leg towards the front. Let it go, but keep it long. Bring the right hand to the hip. Then use the exhale to step the right foot as far forward as you can. Make sure that you landed with your feet hips distance. Inhale, reach the arms over the head. Exhale, pyramid. You lower the hands down. Parsvottanasana. Making sure, and it's challenging when you don't have a mirror, to kind of feel where the hips are in space. Try to notice if the sacrum is flat and the left hip is in line with the right when you go down. The hands can go straight with the fingers facing back. Take an inhale, walk the hands a little bit higher up than the right foot. Standing splits, the left leg lifts. You can hug with your right hand the right leg. So when you go down and you fold, you might be able to reach the left leg higher. Breath in. Exhale, fold, let the left foot meet the right. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk the hands forward and your feet back because you're probably in the middle of the mat. High plank, vinyasa. We're close. Take a deep breath in right here. Use the exhale to walk the hands to the back of the mat. Find a forward fold, just a little ragdoll because you're close to the end. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, stand up, send the arms over the head for an upward salute. Exhale, hands on hips. Good. Take an inhale, left knee in front of the hip bone, balancing on the right foot and concentrate on the big toe pressing. Use the exhale to extend the left leg forward. Then again, you're letting the hip or the leg come back into the hip socket. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Use the exhale to bring the hand forward, potentially grabbing the big toe with the index and middle finger. If you need to bend the knee because you truly want to grab the big toe, cool. Remember, you have options of grabbing the calf or the back of the thigh. Take an inhale. If you did open the leg laterally, go ahead and do so, but notice how you want to send the hip bones forward, spread from inner groin of the left side to the inner heel, and you can take a look at the right shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Bring it to the front. Good. Stay here for a breath in. Maybe send the left hand to the left hip. Use the exhale to drop the left foot as far forward as you can. Control the stance and just make sure that your feet lay in hip distance. Reach up with the inhale. Exhale, fold, pyramid, Parsvottanasana. And ideally, you want to follow that line of squaring the hips, letting the sacrum pull slightly up, but the butt cheeks pull back into the heel, so when you fold, you get a good stretch. Hands back with the fingers facing the back edge of the mat. Take an inhale. Start walking the hands just a tad forward for a standing splits. The right leg lifts. You can hug the left leg if it helps you create a little bit of stability and also resistance, because the more you bring the chest towards the leg, the higher the right one can go. Breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands to the top and your feet to the back. High plank. Vinyasa. Finding a little bit of a deeper stretch maybe when you access a back bend. And then getting into your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Empty out. One more inhale. A little child's pose. And I'd suggest you open the knees very wide, the toes touching, and then shoe back. So you can get a really good hip opener while you're there. And we're going to dive a little bit deeper into one in a minute. But just so you kind of settle into the movement that you created, the balance, the whole thing. Take a deep breath in. Empty out. With the inhale, bring yourself forward into a little tabletop. No fancy way to just slide your legs forward. If you want to float your legs in between the arms, you're more than welcome. I'll get there one day. Soles of the feet together, touching, and let the knees open wide. For your Baddha Konasana, which is your bound angle seated, you can grab big toes or ankles. Take a deep breath in. Then you fold. And remember that when you're going for the fold, you want to keep the abdomen long and strong, so the spine can follow the length, because the muscles are, again, the one serving the length of the spine. Good. Elbows back. Take a deep breath in and stack up. With the exhale, the knees, thighs roll in, and also let your spine fall back. For a moment, make sure that your knees are still bent, soles of the feet down onto the mat, with your feet hips distance, hands next to the hips. Take an inhale, reach the right leg up into the roof while you're already tucking the tailbone. Exhale, cross the ankle over the left thigh. Take an inhale for a figure four bridge. Just to get one more hip opener in this way, where you externally rotate the inner thigh. And then press chest slightly to the chin, but chin lightly away from the chest. Breath in. And then lower down. Good, you can just unwind the right foot, let it meet the left. Inhale, left leg lifts. Ribs on the midline are pressing in. Exhale, cross the ankle over the right thigh. Take an inhale, figure four bridge. You lift. And even though the knee is falling to the side, you want the left hip bone to meet the right. Press lightly to the hands, chin away from the chest, even though the chest is coming closer. Breath in. Lower down. Good. Soles of the feet touching down next to one another. You have the option of a wheel or one bridge. The bridge, you repeat the process, this time pressing soles of the feet down. Notice how much more opening you have. If you're going for the wheel, make sure elbows are facing already up, and then your fingers facing your shoulders. You pick up the hips. You can use the head as a pit stop, and then expand through the belly line. So when you lift, you find a really good opening. Notice your feet. Make sure that the big toes are rolling in. Heels slightly out. Breath in. Then lower down, little by little, head first. If you like to use it as a pit stop, roll into the back edge of the skull. Shoulders, lower back. Good. Bring the thighs into the abdomen, and for a little moment, just kind of roll from side to side. Good. Take a deep breath in. Extend your body completely into the mat. So you notice that you have fulfilled within a moment in time, movement in the body that could potentially serve you for so much more. And one more time, I just thank you so much for jumping into this channel. Remember to like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you really soon. Namaste.